This is the beginning of part 2 of the book called It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Sally is torn. She doesn't want to miss out on all the fun of trick-or-treating and a party. But Linus is her sweet baboo. What should she do? Sally runs back to the pumpkin patch.
I'm glad you came back, Linus tells her. You'll see the great pumpkin with your own eyes. Linus is positive the great pumpkin will pick this patch. Why wouldn't he? The great pumpkin chooses the most sincere patch to visit every year, and how could a pumpkin patch be more sincere than this one? Sally hopes Linus is right. Turn the page.
Meanwhile, the rest of the kids go trick-or-treating. Tricks or treats, money or eats, they yell at the first door. Everyone compares what they got. I've got 5 pieces of candy, brags Lucy. I got a chocolate bar, exclaimed Patty. I got a quarter, says Violet happily.
I got a rock, says Charlie Brown sadly. And it happens at every door. All the other kids get wonderful treats like candy, gum, and popcorn balls. And Charlie Brown gets rocks.
Poor Charlie Brown. Turn the page. Lucy decides they have done enough trick-or-treating and it's time to go to the party. After all, everyone has a bag filled to the brim with treats. Everyone except Charlie Brown. He has a bag full of rocks.
On the way to the party, they pass by the pumpkin patch again. The kids laugh at Linus and Sally for waiting there instead of coming to the party. The great pumpkin will be here, Sally yells, defending Linus. After the kids walk by, Sally turns to Linus. All right, where is he? She asks. He'll be here, Linus assures her. I hope so, Sally replies. Think of all the fun we are missing. Turn the page.
And the Halloween party is a lot of fun for everyone except Charlie Brown. At first, Charlie Brown thinks his night is looking up when the other kids ask him to be the model for the jack-o'-lantern. That sounds great, like a great honor. But then he realizes that being the model means having Violet draw a big pumpkin face on the back of his head.
Meanwhile, in the pumpkin patch, Sally is growing tired of waiting for the great pumpkin. If anyone told me that I'd be waiting in a pumpkin patch on Halloween night, I would have said they were crazy, she complains. But just then, she and Linus hear a rumbling noise. They see a shadow emerging from the pumpkin patch. It's the great pumpkin rising up out of the pumpkin patch, Linus yells. He's so excited to see the great pumpkin that he faints.
Turn the page, I hope you turned the page. But it isn't the great pumpkin after all. It's just the World War I flying ace, that's Snoopy, on his way back from a very important mission.
Linus wakes up and asks Sally, what happened? I was robbed, howls Sally. Halloween is over and I missed it. She stomps out of the pumpkin patch, leaving Linus all alone to wait for the great pumpkin. Linus falls asleep waiting, and later that night, Lucy comes to bring him home and tuck him into his warm bed. Turn the page.
The next day, Charlie Brown tries to make Linus feel better. Don't take it too hard that the great pumpkin never showed up, he tells his friend. But Linus doesn't feel let down. Just wait until next year, he tells Charlie Brown. I will find the most sincere pumpkin patch and I'll sit in that pumpkin patch until the great pumpkin appears.
And that's the end.
The end. And here's the pumpkin. Bye.